What's up, YouTube? Shitman Blunt News. You know what? Recently, I've been watching a lot of particular situations unfold on YouTube, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it. This whole light skin, dark skin. That was the first video I talked about uh, before when it came to the subject. I don't like entertaining that subject, and let me tell you why I don't entertain the subject because I know why it's such a prevalent subject. America likes to see black people tear each other apart. It's like a gladiator sport. So the more they tear each other apart, the happier they are. You know, is unfortunately we need to remember where we're at and why we go through what we go through. So that being said, I want to talk about this black women bashing movement. Like this is like mind-boggling to me. Like there is so much hate about black women right now. It's like not even funny. All they're doing is talking about black women. Black women are this. Black women are that. Black women are the worst scum of the earth. Hair hats. I mean, I've used that term just to talk shit. And let me explain something to you guys. And there's a reason why that's happening, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube is a relatively new format compared to American history. Well, let's put it this way: it is a new format compared to American history. Back in the day, they had the magazines, which those menstrual magazines which they passed out and were delivered to those homes that basically demonstrated black people with dark skinned and the red lips and the big old eyes and ooh like Juki and Drive from Massa and shit. And now you have YouTube, and now you have a platform where everyone, including myself, could just basically speak their mind and say whatever they want to say about a particular person or a particular race. Now, excuse me if the lighting on the I'm doing this on my laptop, so it's not like a HD camera or something, so it might be a little off. But I wanted to talk about this whole light skin, dark skin situation, and then I'm going to talk about the women bashing. I watched this documentary on women that were bleaching their skin, and oh man, it is like the saddest shit, man. These people hate themselves so much. Um, I don't know how to feel as a black person when I see that. It bothers me because I just don't understand why someone feels the need to look like something they're not. And I see a lot of black women doing that, and it's like, and let me tell you, when I say black woman, by the way, I mean any woman of color. Whereas the Haitian, Jamaican, um, Cambodian, African of some whatever country from Africa they're in, Brazilian, Dominican, Cuban. I mean, any woman of color, all of them are doing it. All of them are lightening their skin. All of you guys are self-hating idiots. And I don't think there's that much education that could fix this particular problem. I don't think there's that many Dr. Phils and Dr. Drews that could help you guys. I am ashamed that you guys are resorting to these type of tactics. This thing is cancerous, ladies and gentlemen. It kills people. It goes into your liver and it kills you. It destroys your immune system. Not to mention the sensitivity to light, which you need in life. You were born. I'm not going to say created because I don't believe in a creator per se. You were born with a particular melanin melanin. I can't pronounce the fucking word, but you motherfuckers understand what the word is out there. You people understand. A particular melanin, whatever it's called, in your skin for a particular reason. That is why skin cancer is not prevalent amongst blacks the way it is amongst whites. You are born with that. Appreciate that. White people have the long hair because through genetics and years and hundreds and thousands of years of being in a particular environment, their body grows that type of hair That's why they're more hairy than anyone else. It grows that type of hair so that they can protect against the elements. Your quote unquote nappy hair is to protect you against the hot sun in Africa, man. Like, dude, understand who you are, where you come from. We're all one people. We're all originally from Africa. No, we didn't come from the dust in some ribs and shit. None of that. Listen, forget about it. We're all one people. Scientifically speaking, we're all one people. The difference between us is minute. Okay? The difference between us is minute. Some might have thinner noses, not like my nose. Some might have thinner noses. Some might have smaller lips. Some people have hair. Genetics made it that my hairline is, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm a barber's dream. You know what I'm saying? But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to do certain things to my body to affect me. The first thing that these women are doing is they're affecting their psyche because they hate themselves so much that they feel the need to bleach their skin, take these chemical shots, wear these ridiculous fucking weaves. I see a lot of simps, SIMPs, on YouTube justifying the fucking weave situation. It is nonsense. I don't care what you might think. It is nonsense. Everyone wears weave. I understand. But why the purple, yellow, blue, red? Why the craziness? I mean, there's a time and place for that shit. Don't show up at the workplace with. It just doesn't make sense. You have to conform to the normalities of society. The society that you're in, you have to conform to it. If you don't like it, you create your own fucking society. Okay? That is the reality of what's happening right now. These women are self-hating. They have no type of self-love. They are lost. They're lost. And it saddens me that we live in a world in which the white supremacy ideology is so prevalent that it's able to make others hate who they are. There's nothing wrong with a white person feeling better about themselves. There's nothing wrong with a black person feeling better about themselves. A lot of these white racists, they might be racist in a way, but if you look at the overall ideology, a lot of them don't particularly hate other races like that. They might express that to gather more recruits. But the general idea of self-preservation, you cannot hate on that. As a black person, I don't hate on self-preservation. I want to preserve myself. The first person I want to preserve is a human race. Because I will not agree with a black person who's a fucking racist. And I will not agree with a black person who's a fucking sexist. At the same token, I will not agree with a white person that does the same thing. Or Spanish person, whatever. And let's truth be told, some people have done it to others more. Just take a look at history. But we're not going to get into that. That's a whole different subject. Like Tariq Nasheed said, I digress. Speaking of Tariq Nasheed, I have to make a video about brother Tariq Nasheed. And I have to make a video about brother Tommy Sotomayor. I listened to both of those guys. And there's things I like about both. And there's things I can't stand about both. And particularly Tommy. There's a particular, I think he's way too harsh on certain subjects. But I'll get into that. Whereas Tommy seems to have more of my ideology in mind. He speaks what I believe in a lot of different ways. Not 100%, but in some things. When I look at these women and what they're doing to themselves in the self-hate, let me explain something to you. The self-hate, it takes everything into account. You have to take everything into account. Their attitude. The way people speak, the way people talk, what people will like, the people they'll surround themselves with. The more a person hates themselves, the more they'll surround themselves with ignorant people. Period. Alright. Now, my next subject is about the situation with the black woman bashing. If you notice what I did in this video, I talked about black women self-hating themselves. It's a fact that a lot of people, and I'm generalizing on that particular factor because I think it's becoming an epidemic. Now there's an epidemic on YouTube itself of black men who were born of black mothers killing black women. Now you have to say to yourself, how come I don't see any other race make so many videos about this subject? I wanted to refrain from talking about this subject because I thought it was tired. There's a million of them. Whenever someone wants a bunch of views, what do? They talk about black women and they bash black women. Or if it's a black woman, she does a video bashing black men. This video is a video as if I was a person looking on the outside. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. And this will go to the Tommy Sotomayor situation. Here you have a man who's dark. Okay? His daughter's dark. His ex-wife or whatever, she's dark. But this man talks so much shit about black people and black women. It's unbelievable. You see, if a black man does something wrong, he says it's because that black man was raised by a black woman. If a black woman does something wrong, he automatically puts her in the category of a beastie. I start to watch so many of his videos, and I see psychologically, I look at this man, and I start thinking to myself, why would someone be so overtly hating on his own kind? Why so much of the overt hatred? I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. It's because Tommy doesn't like himself. I previously, within this segment, I talked about black women and women of color all around the world. You have to understand, the color folks outnumber the white folks by like 4 to 1. So, the color folks around the world, a lot of the women are beginning to hate themselves to the point where they look scary to me. They look like, look at Tamara Braxton and Lil Kim. These people look incredible. They look scary. Even with Michael Jackson, listen, I know he has vitiligo, but I do believe that brother has some self-hating issues. Vitiligo has nothing to do with your nose. It has nothing to do with the jerry curls in your hair, and it has nothing to do with little boys. Okay, let's keep it G and keep it 100. When I look at a man like Tommy Sotomayor, and when I look at a man like Tariq Nasheed, I see two different men. Tariq Nasheed has had success way longer than Tommy Sotomayor did. But Tariq Nasheed doesn't have as much people copycatting what he's doing like Tommy Sotomayor. You want to know why? Because he is an intellectual. Any idiot could sit there and make a video bashing black women. Black women are not sensitive. Black women are manlike. Black women are this, black women are that. Newsflash, idiots. We live in an American society where feminism is taking over and women in general are fucking aggressive. And they want to be treated like equals when most of them don't put in the equal work. Because our society allows that to happen. Valentine's Day is about to come up. You're going to find out just how equal women think they are. Or is it because they think they're superior because of what's happening? We'll get to that. Maybe it's the karma of men. Maybe it's our karma for all the shit we've done to women. I don't know. But I'll tell you something though. When I watch a guy like Tariq Nasheed, I feel enlightened. I feel an understanding. I say, okay, when I watch Hidden Colors, that's one of my favorite. I love Hidden Colors. It's not a big movie, big production. It's a bunch of black intellectuals talking about the stuff that I want to hear. But when I watch Tommy Sotomayor, I feel disgusted because he does nothing but bash black women. Where is this coming from, brother? And the sad thing about it is Tommy is a smart man. He's not a dumbass. Which leads me to believe, is Tommy an agent of the CIA? Are you getting paid by the CIA or white supremacist group, Tommy? Do they support you like they support George Zimmerman? Are you Uncle Ruckus? Are you the farmhand that watches the slave? Are you that field Negro with the bullwhip? Or are you just a smart man that understands that America is hating on black women and America will never let certain things go, and you want to be that one black dude to capitalize on it? Are you that one black guy that wants to basically have a monopoly on the word nigger? I have to ask these questions because Tommy is not a dumb guy. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it. This whole bashing black women situation was started. Well, sorry, it wasn't started. Well, I think Sergeant Willie Pete. Sergeant Willie Pete was the first one to really gain prominence and gain the ire of black women all around the world because he was just bashing it. And then Sergeant Willie Pete didn't have the courage to put a video, so he just had a picture of a sergeant's badge on there. Tommy now took it farther. He's not as eloquent as Sergeant Willie Pete, but here's what he does. He'll take all the bad videos of hood rats, trashy women, just skanks and skeezers that he finds on World Star or wherever, and he will antagonize the situation by saying, here you go, black women, here's what they are, here's what they do. If it was a white man that was doing it, we'd be up in arms. If Paula Deen did it, we'd be like, oh, Paula Deen. But Tommy's gained fame just for hating and being a hater. What's the difference between this man, who is an intelligent person, or somebody like Joseph Goering from the motherfucking Nazi era, okay, just using propaganda against the Jews? What is the difference between that man in this modern era and the Tokyo Rose inciting ire and hatred for the American troops in the Pacific Rim? What in the Pacific, fighting in the Pacific? What is the difference? What do I learn as a person? What do I gain as a human being from listening to Tommy Sotomayor? He's funny. He's very smart. He speaks well. But I'm starting to think that there's a hidden agenda, brother. I'm starting to think that the snakes came to your bed and offered you a bigger apple, and you took the bite. I'm starting to think that you are an agent working for the CIA. I have to think these things because it doesn't make sense, man. I haven't once watched you do a video in which you uplift black people or black women. What are you going to tell your daughter when she gets older, bro? What are you going to tell your daughter? Because she will be that black hair-hatted woman that you hate. Face it. Even if she's not that black hair-hatted woman. Even if she keeps her hair natural. But she is a black woman. I mean, she's a black girl who will eventually be a beautiful black woman. And I don't want to talk about your family in a negative light. I just want to educate you, brother, and ask you, what qualities do you think you're giving us by talking about our mothers, our sisters, our wives like that, bro? By talking about our friends, by talking about our other halves. What quality? What do you gain, bro? Fine, you get some money and you get YouTube videos, Tommy. But at the end of the day, can you change your life for the positive? Can you have that spark that Tariq Nasheed does? Can you spark someone's imagination like he does? You could have a best-selling book like he does. But history will remember you as that Uncle Tom, bro. That's what they'll remember you as. What's going on? You said a lot. Growing up, all these black women called you ugly, nigger, this and that. Bro, maybe the ones you were around. A lot of black women don't like me. That's fine. Matter of fact, guess what? My girl's not even black. But it's not because I say, oh, I hate black women. It's just because she just happened to be the person who I fell in love with at that time. And we made it work. That's all that was. But you seem to go out of your way to bash black women. You've been dealing with a lot of uneducated people that make threats towards you, and I know and I truly believe you work for the CIA. You find yourself a niche and you capitalize on a niche. That's fine. I'm a businessman. I found myself a niche and I capitalize on it. Maybe not on YouTube, but it is what it is. But you need to stop what you're doing because you are actually hurting people. And the funny thing is, in a twist of irony, guess what? The person you're hurting the most is your own fucking daughter. You know why? Because she's everything that you talk about. She's a beautiful black girl who, before she has to worry about society, has to worry about her father judging her based on the color of her skin. You could say that's bullshit. Nah, Tommy, psychologically, brother, you're fucked up. And I don't see you ever making a hit in colors. You understand? I really don't care to be your friend. You could probably ignore me, or talk about me or bash me and say, this bald-headed motherfucker. Look, it is fine, it's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to defend anyone. But what's right's right, man. You are self-hating, and all the stuff you talk about, with all these women wearing weaves and stuff like that, listen, I don't disagree with you most of the time. But the way in which you deliver it is hateful, it hurts, it's wrong, it's bigoted, and you are allowed to have a voice just like David Duke is allowed to have a voice. But it doesn't mean that your voice should be the lone fucking voice in the woods. Others should speak out against you. Because what you're doing is hurtful to people like my sister, my mother, and my fucking daughter, including your daughter. It must have been really hard for your wife to deal with a man who doesn't like himself so much. I don't know, man. You are a problem, brother. And I hope you seek some help. Other than that, I wish you much luck. I don't wish you success because your success is predicated on hurting others. And I can't wish on success on that. That being said, I like listening to brother, what's that guy's name? Tariq Nasheed. I think he's smart, man. He's a very intelligent guy. He makes me laugh. He's funny. Tariq is the type of dude I would hang out with in the club, man. We go to some high-end club, and we just get our macking on, brother. That dude is funny. He's like a lot of my friends and people that I surround myself with that put me on a better level in life. I'm not dick sucking. I don't know the man. But what's right's right, and what's wrong's wrong. Just like there's good in the world, there's evil in the world. I don't agree with everything he says, but people like Tariq, people like Tom Likas. Tariq is like a black, but also a more intellectual version of a Tom Likas. People like Tom Likas, Tariq, those guys, Joe Rogan. I can hang out with those guys, man. Those guys you can have a beer with, you can chill. You know what I mean? Like you go to a club and you're getting girls, they're getting girls. You guys are having fun, but you. Bro, you're the type of dude you hang out in the club like, oh, look at that black girl right there. See? I said, look at that black, see? Look at that black girl. Come on, bro. Get off of it, man. Dude, you might have all the YouTube channels in the world and all the stuff you have in the world, but I watch your swag, and your swag is corny. You know what I mean? Your swag is whack, dude. And, brother, you look like a country boy who found a camera and doesn't know what the fuck to say. You hate yourself so much that you're willing to jeopardize your own daughter's psychological health. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. Anyways, that's all I gotta say about this, man. Listen, black people, love who you are. Work hard, work smart. If you're around other black people who say, see, that's why I like about black people, because black people, when we get together, you can't be around that motherfucker. That motherfucker's ignorant. He's been infested and infected with the disease called white supremacy. Anyone who thinks they're supremacy or superior to others has been infected. Like I said before, it is not wrong for white people to want to elevate themselves and to think that they're better. It's wrong when they act upon it by subjugating others. It is not wrong for black people to have the same methods. But it's wrong when black people or Chinese people, or Asian people, I should say, or listen, it's wrong for a Martian to come down here and think he's better than people on Earth. How about we put it that way? It's not wrong for me to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm a light-skinned bald dude, and I'm from Haiti. And yeah, I'm proud of who I am. Yeah, I feel like I'm better than you. So what? But it's wrong for me to fire you or to affect your paycheck or your livelihood because of that. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the concept here, Tommy? Do you women understand that, those who want to bleach your skin? Look, I don't know, man. It's been 20 minutes of me rambling on and on. But at the end of the day, let me tell you guys something. We will never be where we're supposed to be until we start seeing the bigger picture. Mr. Tommy Sotomayor, you play a big role in that. And I hope that one day you change your voice, man, and you make it a voice for the positive so that people could listen to it and so that people could follow you like you're following you right now. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you are a leader, man. But you could be a legend. See the difference? Much love to everybody, man. Blunt News.